it's a nonprofit organization that helps families that have limited resources. So I read that they follow families from pregnancy up till their children are a certain age, trying to help them learn the importance of development of their kids and what they can do to help their kids get a brighter and better paths. So my primary classes is human anatomy and physiology. And what I connected my service learning was to how the brain works and processes information. So what I was doing at my, I don't know if it's on the next slide. Okay, yeah. So what I was supposed to do was go to one of their new offices. I think it's a new office in Richmond. And we were helping paint the rooms inside the office. The colors that they were mostly using were like yellow and gray colors, which I find to be a little calming and relaxing. So I kind of connected it to, they use those colors because the people that they do have in their offices are people who need that stability. They need to feel calm and relaxed in their environments. So I think that's why they use those colors. And, no, okay. So, that day, my service learning was the first weekend of vacation, so I wasn't really excited or looking forward to doing it at all, and especially because I had plans to go away that weekend, but I had to reschedule. So, I wasn't all disappointed I had to go, but I just wasn't really looking forward to it that much. But I met a lot of people that I didn't know before, so leaving it, I felt better that I actually went and didn't skip out on it. So, yeah. That's it.
So I did my project at the Cool Ponds at Tyson Lagoon and Wetland Center in Fremont. It is a location that allows schools to take their kids to this, I call it like a natural preserve estuary place, because it reminds me of my place at home. And it educates the students about the different environments and the different wildlife that could be presented back when Fremont was not urbanized. So like thousands of years ago, what plants would have been present, animals, things like that. They provide kind of like, it's a giant loop, and it's kind of like a giant hiking trail kind of, but it's like all flat grounds, and there's different ponds, because the ponds are actually where water from rains, excess water goes to. So it's, I guess you say it's natural, but it's not, because obviously it's a pooling area. My job when I was there was to work on pulling up weeds and tule reeds from the little ponds in Area 5. I had hurt my wrist from soccer like the day before I had to go, and it was still sore, and I was in a terrible mood because it's the hottest day of the year, and I was just like, okay, I have to do this work, I'm not going to have fun with it. And then when we get there, everyone was like, I don't really want to do it, and people were like dressed not ready to work, like jeans and like nice boots and hair's all done perfect, and it's like, okay, it's 90 degrees out, we're going to sweat, wear your t-shirts and your shorts and get your boots on, let's dig, kind of thing. So we spent 3 hours just pulling weeds, and I realized that going through it, I was like, okay, I have to push through this, make this as much fun as possible. And during the time when we were doing all this, one of the instructors told us that some kids have never been to a place like this. They've never seen frogs, they've never seen tadpoles, haven't seen ducks besides at like a fountain. And so they named different areas of like this place to things they were familiar with. The BART station was really close to it, and so they called this one part where there was tons of trees the BART jungle. And it kind of made me feel really bad because these kids have never experienced actual like nature, going out hiking, things like that, where I've experienced and I've grown and learned and grow up next to. I've lived on the Central Coast where it's always hiking trails, biking, everything like that, and so it made me appreciate where I grew up and lived, and it made me want to make this experience more welcoming and more fun for these kids because they've never seen these things before. My primary classes are biology, and I take an English class, and I interpreted my work, my physical work, of my body movement, my muscles working, and related that to my biology. And it actually kind of helped me study for a test that was coming up, because I was thinking, okay, how do all the nervous system works, and how does this cooperate with this, and I need to rehydrate so then all my cells work properly and everything is functioning and the circle is completed, everything is whole. My favorite part of the whole experience was we found this little baby turtle. I don't remember what we named him, but we gave him a name. It was really, really cool. We found him at the side of the road, and one of the naturalists was like, oh my gosh, like, this baby turtle, it will die because it's so far away from the pond. And so he took it back up to their little center, and he's like, the kids will have so much fun just looking at the turtle, and they'll be so excited because they never get to see him up close because they're always on the logs, and then they just disappear. So I had fun, and then we found the turtle. And then they have this little hut for what the Native Americans, what they would live in. So I decided to just go stand in it and take a picture. So yeah.
Okay, my service learning project was Keep Hayward Clean and Green Task Force. The organization that they serve is that, the communities they serve is that they join with local schools, outreach programs, and volunteers to help clean up Hayward and make sure that it's visually appealing. My duties consisted of picking up trash along Hesperian Road and then just dumping in the garbage. Before going into the project, I didn't want to do it, and first I felt like it was a waste of time, especially because it was raining. But then once I got there and I picked up the trash, and after I picked up the trash, the people in charge, they really showed appreciation. It made me feel like I really did something big, even though it was kind of small. I just picked up trash. So it made me feel like I was part of the community and that I was helping make the community look better. I think it was a valuable experience because it made me feel like I was making a difference just by picking up trash, and it made me want to do more. So I've looked into other volunteering services in Hayward. The primary classes that I'm taking right now are world music, history, and GS. I feel like they go together because they all talk about community and people and helping the community and being part of a community. Like in music, you get to be a part of a band and you play for the community. And then in history, you're part of an army, so it's all coincides with the community.
Okay, so mine is Keep Hayward Clean and Green as well, and the communities that they serve is all Hayward. And for our service, we help clean up the neighborhood by picking up trash. Like we went through different neighborhoods, and the attitude going into the service was like I also didn't want to do it, but I ended up liking the experience. Leaving the service, I believe people's attitude changed. Like I think they realize how the communities are all dirty and how they should make a change to make a difference. And I feel like I helped make a change, and something valuable I got from it is to keep my environment clean. Some primary classes that I'm taking is biology and lab. And some concepts that are related to the service is the body and how the temperature of the body depends on the environment. Like since it was really hot, we were all sweating and all that. And what I would like to share would be how we could make a change in some very small ways, and just by picking up trash, even though it's small, like it made a difference. Because while you were walking through a neighborhood, there would be like a few people that would thank us, and it made me feel like a little inspired to help out more. And like it made me realize that even the smallest things that people would appreciate it.